Alright guys, it's time to get into another Hordes bat rep. Just a little bit of background behind this one. It's Circle against Skorne, and this features eKaya, that's the epic version of Kaya, against Xerxes. It's me and Josh at my place, and we are practicing for an event which will be coming up later next month in August, called Call to Arms in the city of Wellington. Me and Josh are going to be going down with our more experienced gamer Chris and participating in a tournament where the lists that you bring will be at 20, 30 and 40 points respectively, and it will be escalation. Now the reason why the organizer has chosen those options are that they don't want to have all this net listing where you basically go into the internet forums, copy somebody else's list like verbatim and just run it because everybody else has done the thinking for you. At 20, 30 and 40 you've actually got to make a few decisions about what not to take and what to take, and it gets a little bit awkward and you have to sort of, well, basically gives you an opportunity to come up with something. Josh and I played the previous week at the 20-point level, and Josh managed to just beat me. I missed a few opportunities because at that point it was my first game with eKaya and I didn't spot a really good assassination run at the time. So hoping to rectify that this time. We were playing 30 points. I've got a Stalker, Gnarlhorn and Pureblood. Finally my Stalker model has shown up, so I'm not proxying this time. I've got eKaya and Laris and a Gorax, who's a stand-in Mike McVeigh miniature, and I'm also using my Raven Druid to represent a Druid Wilder. Now the scenario, we've got a scenario for the first time. It's some form of revelation where there are 2 objectives and you have to score 3 times, but you can only score a maximum of 2 times from each objective, so you've got to get them both at some stage. Anyway, next photo. Josh has got some dudes here. He's got the Rhinodon, who is actually a Rhinodon this game. He's got a Titan Gladiator in the background. He's got some Cetaphract guys. They're the shield wall guys, even though he's using the RQRI models to represent them. They're actually the shield eye, the Cetaphract Cetrati or whatever it is. He's got Xerxes back there, he's got Vorkesh, he's got some of these Paingiver dudes, and he's even got that Harkaar or whatever his name is, the immortal solo with the 2 swords who collects souls. So that's quite cool. Next photo, you can see in a bit more detail what I've got here and how I've deployed them. This actually works out to be a tier 1 eKaya list, which is quite cool, even though I'm taking it to a tournament. It just happened to be that I've got the right models for it. So I get advanced deployment with my heavy war beast, so there you go. That's quite cool. Next image, Josh goes first and moves everybody as far forward as he can, and that's pretty much it. He's put Defender's Ward up on Xerxes, and he's put Fury on, which is a spell that is, or an enemy, on the Rhinodon. Next image, I respond by sending everything up. I just, keep everything out of the threat ranges except for Laris, who goes right up in front of the Rhinodon, and I was just in range to cast Muzzle. Even though he's on a hill, I managed to boost it and get it off. And Muzzle, really awesome spell in games like this with Hordes versus Hordes with Warbeasts on the field. Muzzle stops that Rhinodon from moving towards Kaya, so he's pretty much stopped there, meaning he can't get involved in the game unless I stop casting Muzzle, and he won't be able to go into the objective either, so quite happy about that move. Forced evolution on the Stalker as well. Next image, the Rhinodon instead runs all the way around to the forest where the other objective is, because that way he's not going towards eKaya, and basically allows Josh to put Warbeast on that objective and keep everybody else for the other one. So next image, you've got, I can't remember his name, I think it starts with an H, I think it's Harkaar or something like that, and he charges and kills his own 2 Paingivers here, giving him 2 soul tokens. So that's the moment for the second guy is cut down mercilessly from the back. Man, this guy's not much fun to hang out with. Next image, everybody else moving forward as far as they can, basically. Just being a little bit wary, though, because he doesn't want to get bashed up too badly by me and then sort of me feeding away with eKaya's ability to do that. So next turn sees me moving the Stalker up into a central position along with a Gorax and Kaya behind him. I believe I cast Muzzle this turn on the Gladiator, can't quite remember. I think this might have been the activation before I moved Laris out to do that. If you go to the next photo, there's the Pureblood who moves over within 4 inches of the objective and uses his spray on the H solo. I'm just going to call him the H solo from now on, and does, I think, 4 points of damage to him, but he's got 8 boxes, so I didn't manage to take him down, unfortunately. Next image, oh, this one was awesome. The Gnarlhorn, who's just a really cool model and miniature. Well, a cool model and miniature, a cool model and obviously Warbeast in your army, slams the Rhinodon and just bashes him straight through the forest, knocks him down. And the real beauty of this, the real golden thing here, is that the Gnarlhorn is now within range of the objective on the left, and the Rhinodon is in the forest, he's knocked down, and he's outside of Xerxes' control range, so he won't be able to get back up and just start hurtling forward and killing me. So really happy about that move. Next image, what he's done here, this is Josh's turn. He's moved onto the objective, hasn't attacked me, and he's just camping there, and he feats. So he knows that if I attack him the next turn, he'll have the +2 armor from the feat, but he really wastes all the extra damage dice, but that's okay for him. And yes, as I said earlier, the Titan Gladiator on the hill has been affected by muzzle. Next image, because Josh wasn't able to move the Rhinodon, what I've done is I've swept everybody else around over here to the other side, and basically the reason I'm not attacking him and not engaging him is because that wastes his feat. He's used his feat, I haven't used my feat yet. We both score an objective point here, so the only way that we can get a win here is by capturing the other guy's objective, and that's going to mean it's going to take some time to do, and so it gives me a little bit more time to move around, pop off a couple of shots here and there and waste his feat and use muzzle all the time. And by the way, muzzle is actually continuing to do damage on his beasts. I've actually cut for a second time on the Rhinodon in the forest using Laris as the bark node. I really love that term. Arc node turns to bark node when you're casting it through the barky Laris dog. But yeah, really happy with this position here. So next image, he now moves forward, hoping to basically take the brunt of my feat turn and then counterattack the best he can. So really just moving forward, doesn't really accomplish much except get his spells up. So next photo, here you can see eKaya moving back all the way over here, getting ready to feat and have the Warbeast smash the enemy and then teleport back but still hold the objective. Later on we realized that eKaya was not actually in range of the Wilder, so when I went through my objective turns bashing his guys, I was forcing my Warbeasts, and you can't do that unless eKaya is in range of the Wilder, who's then in range of the Warbeasts. But it was only by a few inches, so after that was all done, basically we just corrected it by moving Kaya back. I mean, that's where I could have originally moved her in the original turn, and because we'd rolled all the dice by then, so we both agreed that it didn't really interrupt the sequence of play. Nobody was really cheating. It was just a little thing we both failed to spot, so we corrected it, that's all. Next image, the Pureblood goes in first, takes a couple of slash attacks at the infantry, and I think kills 1 or 2 of them. He's a booster for strength, and then he teleports away thanks to eKaya's feat. Second photo, the Gnarlhorn charges in, has a bash at Vorkesh and his buddy, and just pummels them with his brutal fists and teleports away. Next image, Laris. Originally, eKaya had cast Muzzle on the beast, but then Laris comes in and bites him and kills him. It made me think, well, why did I bother casting Muzzle then? But, recalling that event, Muzzle did take his damage down a bit, so I may not have actually killed him with Laris in the end, had I not damaged him with that last Muzzle shot first. Anyway, Laris teleports back as well. And then finally the Stalker moving in and absolutely trashing the heavy infantry. Some of them are already damaged, but he carves the sword left and right and manages to take out 2 or 3 of them. And Forced Evolution really helping there. And of course teleporting away thanks to the feat. And the Wilder then moving away and taking away the Fury points that had raked up on the Stalker. So that's where everybody ended up. Before the move, that is, before I recalculated the position. And unfortunately, I've spent my Warbeast very hot. This is why you take a Wilder in your list, by the way, because situations like this, you can really, it's really gold to be able to get rid of all that Fury. But I've left 4 on the Pureblood, 3 on the Gnarlhorn, 3 on Laris, none on the Gorax, and none on the Stalker because the Wilder has taken it away. So what I'll do here is remove all the Fury from the Gnarlhorn and some of it from the Pureblood. So Laris will take a check and probably Frenzy, but Laris is the least useful of the Warbeasts in terms of combat, and he won't hurt my guys too badly if he bites them. And the Pureblood has threshold 10, so that's I think a 9 or less if he's sitting on 1 Fury to pass that check. Next image, this is what's left of the Skorne, basically. He's got Xerxes, he's got the Titan Gladiator, he's got the H solo with 3 souls and 2 Cetrati. There's even a Paingiver right in the background, but he's failed his morale check twice. Well, I'm going to say morale check, command check. Still thinking of 40k, but he's hanging back there, just not participating. So next image, this photo shows you where Kaya was actually meant to have moved and teleported her beasts to enable her to have been within command range or control range or whatever of the Wilder. So all this was legal, it's just that, you know, we did it in the wrong order. I mean, Kaya should have moved there first, then the Warbeast should have teleported to there. So we're both happy that that's how it went. It's just a bit awkward for the battle report, that is. So next image, Josh charges in with his 2 infantry. They both hack away at the Stalker, who's looking great in this photo, by the way. Really happy about how he turned out in the pictures. And thanks to the +2 defense from Forced Evolution, they both miss. So that was great. Next image, he sent in Mr. H solo to do some damage as well, who does indeed cut into the Warbeast quite nastily. And he moves forward with Xerxes and the Gladiator. Having scored 2 control points, if he can somehow get me off the last one, he'll win it, but can't really see that happening there. So next image, I then move in with 2 Warbeasts. I've got the Gnarlhorn and the Pureblood. They both charged over here. The Pureblood attacked the Gladiator and didn't really kill it, and the Gnarlhorn has slammed Xerxes, which was a stupid idea. Really should have just moved up and attacked him, but I slammed him. I think the reasoning behind that was just to get him really, really far away so I could just deal with the Gladiator and just be done with it. But unfortunately what it's done is put Xerxes in range to charge either of them because the slam roll was so low, even with the +2 from the hard horns or whatever he had that was giving him the extra 2 inches. So next image, there's where Xerxes has landed. Easy for him to get back up again and move up. He can actually cut himself as well. If you go to the next photo, what Josh has conspired to do here is come up with a tricksy plan to take advantage of a seriously bad blunder that I've made. What I've done is I've actually moved my Warbeast in such a way that only Laris is in range of the objective. Kaya isn't even in range of it, which is stupid. And what he's planning to do here is slam the Pureblood out of the way of the Gladiator with Xerxes, and then charge Laris with the Titan Gladiator. So Xerxes gets back up, uses a Fury Point to do that, charges over here, boosts his rolls, and if you go to the next photo, that's where the Pureblood ends up. He's actually moved directly away from Xerxes. He's opened up a charge lane between the Gladiator and Laris, and the Pureblood's knocked down, so he can't actually make free strikes on the Pureblood the Gladiator as he goes past. So if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, what happens here is that the Gladiator in its activation charges right past the Pureblood and hits Laris, kills it, and is the only one within 4 inches of the objective, and that means Josh wins despite me really having a hugely dominant situation here. The only thing that remains is the Gnarlhorn giving him a free strike. Going to the next photo, the Paingiver now moves around because he's passed his command check a while ago, and he's come around. He's healed the Titan Gladiator, who had taken some damage to his body, so that'll make it even more likely for him to survive the free strike with all the systems attacked. And that will give Josh an even greater chance of winning this. So if we go to the next photo, the Gladiator goes for it. He charges past the Gnarlhorn. I hit him and get quite lucky with my roll and take out his mind. So that was the real clincher there, because it meant that the Gladiator now rolls 1 dice or 2 dice boosted to hit. Laris has quite a high defense, and he's unfortunately had to cast his Animus on himself. Xerxes forgot to reserve enough fury to do that, and it meant that the Gladiator missed Laris altogether. So, breathing a sigh of relief, I played really well up until that point, and I really should have had the game in the bag without having to stress about that, but I made a blunder. So luckily, I didn't have to pay for it. So next photo, what happens is the Stalker retaliates and chops Xerxes in half with his sword. Looking awesome, by the way. He doesn't actually look that good in person. Normally with my models, it's always like the miniatures look way better in person, but I think this image of the Stalker especially looks actually better in the photo. I hope you guys enjoyed this report. We'll be playing another game at 40 points next week, so I'll hopefully do a bat rip, but most looking forward to the event coming up in Wellington. You can choose 2 casters, and each caster has a 20, 30, 40 point list, so it'll probably be eKaya and Chromac. I think I'll be most comfortable with those 2 casters at those points levels. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you later.